Welcome, everybody. Josh rving, Bish's RV, down here at the Forest River Media Facility today. It's terribly, 14 degrees outside. They were kind enough to pull a bunch of stuff in for us today. So if you like this RV, if you like seeing the new footage, maybe drop a little note that says, hey, thanks, Cherokee, for making this happen. In the meantime, this one here, the 29NM, the New Mexico, because despite the 29 model number, it's about the size of New Mexico. This is a large and in charge kind of rig, but it brings a lot of really cool features to the table. We have a full living room super slide, but in a very interesting way, tucked behind the living room and the entertainment center, we have a full private mother-in-law suite, basically. The thing is, this is something that gives all private sleeping, which is awesome, but it works for more than just kids. Because with the way the L bunks work, you get some longer sleeping spaces, but down below, you have this very interesting sofa, dinette, sleeper, 1, 2, 3 combo that can be a little bit of anything you want. And with a cargo door in the bunk room, you could take the dining table out of the way, and you could turn this into a bike garage, a cargo garage in road mode while you're zipping down the road, so that if you're going to be set up at a place for a long time, you actually have plenty of space to keep all the kids' stuff getting there, and then you can set it all out when you get there. And on a rainy day, everybody has their own little sanity space. This is one of those RVs where maybe you've got it could be a literal mother-in-law, father-in-law suite. It could be a great fit for a family, maybe with an adult child with special needs that needs a private space. But like every RV, it has its ups and its downs. It is a single bathroom despite all the sleeping, and it is a walk-through bathroom, which can be a little bit awkward on bunk models. But it also has a lot of good stuff going for it, like holding tank heaters that most stick and tins just don't have. So I'm going to show you the good with the bad with everything in between. And I'd love to hear from you. Where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? How could they improve it for next season? And if you appreciate how we get down here and get you that info, hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Now, to give you your bearings, we're basically walking out of the rear private bunk room. This is a cool model. But the thing is, have you ever seen a big house that has a bunch of small rooms and wall partitions? You don't necessarily feel like you're getting 37 foot of camper at any given point when you're in this RV. But that's you still have a full living room super slide. You have a full private bathroom, a full private bedroom, the expanded big den mother-in-law suite, second living room, bunk room, whatever you want to call it, in the back of this sucker. So it has a lot of space, but you're not always perceiving it all at the same time. That's why those dual opposing super slide models are always so popular, because not only you can obviously see the size of the RV. This one, it's less obvious. And now the thing with that is it makes it really hard for me, I think, to properly capture this on camera. So I'm going to do my best to kind of move you all around and give you some views here. I always like to try to share the good with the bad. One, again, being very real and candid, if I was going to spend money on this, I would appreciate if somebody told me, yeah, the fact is it does lack some campsite window coverage. Here in the living room, that's all the view of the campsite that you have. And that's pretty normal. You can't flip this RV, though, because you can't flip the entry door. The slide and the entry door are across from one another, so you can't just flip-flop it the other way around. Now, Cherokee was one of the first brands to adopt the bigger 12-volt fridges. They've also done some cool things in this kitchen we're going to come back to. But real quick note, that actually is a handy little air fryer down there, and I think we're still going to have easy access down there to the battery cutoff and the converter panel for travel and road mode. By the way, pardon my little Diet Mountain Dew can over there. That neon green, poisonous goodness is the only thing that keeps me going some of these mornings. Now, if you had noticed, this one actually is outfitted with the dual factory second air conditioner, and they're both centralized so much of the time in a stick and tin camper. If you get double air conditioner, the second air conditioner is either in the bunk room or the bedroom, and it's not ducted. So both air conditioners are helping provide cooling capacity to this entire camper. And because they're both located here in the middle of the RV, The biggest room of the RV should have no problems staying comfortable. And basically, each of those is kind of directing air down toward the opposite ends of the RV. Overall, this should be a pretty comfortable experience, even if you're in some pretty hot sun country. Now, this is not a mega insulated Four Seasons liar liar pants on fire camp or anything like that. I say that because no RV's truly made for any and all weather. So please keep that in mind. But it is something that for the spring, summer, fall should do just fine. Now, it's a weird way they set the entertainment center up on this, but it works because when you're over there by the sofa, if you choose to add a TV, you're right on top of that sucker. And you might notice how you've got the electric space heat and Tootsie Toast and Phalanges fryer bunion burner down there, whatever we feel like calling it. What is, by the way, your favorite nerdism for the electric heating, quote, fireplaces? I'd be kind of curious because pretty much all of those words that I threw out there have been various user submitted entries. The thing is, though, what's really interesting about this is it's almost set up like a normal rear entertainment couples camper. And then you get here around the corner and you're like, it's like a, it's like a Little Mermaid and, well, not Little Mermaid. No, that would be Aladdin. Wow, it's been a long time since I got caught up on my Disney stuff. A Whole New World is what I was going to get at here, and then I just kind of failed. So you've got this L bunk arrangement, which creates a longer bunk along that off-door side wall right there. So this could be good for more than just little kids. Now notice too that each sleeping space, Cherokee's actually really good about this, every sleeping and seating space tends to have some kind of power access next to it. What's really, really interesting though is what they have going on down here. At a glance, it just looks like a booth. But one of the other really cool things about this is the way that it can convert into like just an open kind of lounge space, because above that, you've got nerdism number 37, the move bunk, get out the way. But what's also, by the way, I don't think you want to leave that bunk up for transit. You want to bring it back down. But the thing is, if you need just all of the sleeping space in here, this is literally just a set of jackknife sofas. These are the exact same sofas that are in the living room. And I'm not telling you that they're amazing, like residential theater seats. And by the way, I don't use tricky fisheye wide angle camera lenses. So I get that all we're looking at is just cushions right now. But you could sleep tall adult people across this, or if you notice how you essentially have multiple vertical segments, you could rack them, pack them, and stack them in here and sleep 4 kids side by side by side by side. I think that's 4. Yeah, there you go. You get the idea. And a little side stand over there is going to be the perfect device charge. Oh my God. Guys. You see my reflection in the mirror or in the window? I was standing next to it and I thought a person was floating in midair beside. I swear to God, I thought I saw a bald ghost and I just about crapped my pants, dude. Okay. Let me, oh my God, I'm awake. I don't need the Mountain Dew anymore. Let me compose myself. That'll go in the highlight reel. I would really like it if there was just a simple hanging rod in there, but a lot of people say, I don't need hanging clothes for my kids. I just need to be able to pack a lot of clothes in here. And the fact is you can. But remember, you've also got the ability to use this like a cargo space. If you pull that dining table out of the way and you fold those couches back up, you could legit just run bikes or e-bikes or dog kennels or anything you want in here, zipping down the road. And again, I try not to use the fisheye wide angle lenses. I'm a little bit over 6 foot and I'm sitting under the bunks right now. And my peach fuzz on the top of my head's touching the bunk above me, but a little kid probably wouldn't have that problem. And again, the one bunk can flip out of the way. If you are going to add entertainment back here for this room, it actually is available. Now, something I can't verify right now, but I have seen happen on Cherokee models. I hope you appreciate this extra detail. These taller windows, sometimes when you go to Black Label Edition and they become frameless windows, sometimes those no longer open for airflow. So you may want to double check on details like that if that's important to you. Working our way around here, you can obviously see where I left the dining table to get it out of the way for quick recording purposes. I probably should have moved that around. In case you're curious, this is the Norco Exact slide system. And one of the cool benefits of that is that in theory, while it's retracted, you should actually be able to occupy the slide, which is something that most slide systems aren't really made for and can't effectively provide. This one doesn't have the same limitations of some other slide systems. Now, quick look at all of your storage space. It's not super deep because that's not technically a floor flush slide. But there is a tiny bit of space. Like, it might be good for like Monopoly boards or like fold away chairs or something like that under the sofa there. And this is what I call a true U dinette. It's one that's like closer to 7 foot long. But what's nice here is at least your side benches, they give you legit full extension drawers to get in there. So you don't really have to crawl around. Now, you might notice it's not actually on drawer glides because it hangs so far above the floor. They didn't want to take the risk of somebody putting big, heavy stuff in there and overloading the drawer glides. So they actually just made it effectively just a slide out, like a built-in tote, if that makes sense. Now from there, like you can see how this one gives you a lower freezer that's actually a drawer style, which is kind of nice. It comes right to you. The thing is, they no longer do propane ovens. We have a propane stovetop, but we have an electric air fryer oven with microwave function included on this one right here. Again, that is that larger 10 cubic foot family of 12 volt compressor fridge. I always like to make sure I kind of give you an idea. I don't know if Cherokee still offers a gas electric option. Living in the Midwest where I do, well, not even just all of Midwest, but Southern Michigan, 12 volt refrigerators are by far the preference of local clientele. So that tends to be what I see here locally far, far more often. There are some areas, certainly, that prefer more dispersed or boondock camping that would prefer a gas electric fridge. Offhand, I just don't remember if they offer that. Now, I used to say, wow, they left you a spot at least for a wastebasket under the sink, but they have since started actually including a wastebasket over here. The thing is, it came at the cost of sacrificing one of your drawers. Now, you can actually still kind of work around this. If you want a second drawer, take the actual wastebasket out, put it under there, and you've effectively created like a enclosed bucket drawer, which is interesting, but like it works, obviously. And before I forget, let me try to get you over here around the corner. I meant to point this out earlier, but the bunk room door was kind of covering it, and I sort of forgot. It's not massive, but there's a little pocket of storage, well, technically two, behind the entertainment center right here that is kind of an easy thing to miss. Now, you may have noticed while I'm moonwalking backwards to the bathroom and trying to stall and fill some air here. Oh, I ran right into the door jam, crap. The RV is carpetless and ventless. So there you go. Easy cleaning, easy breezy, beautiful, cover girl kind of camping. So at this point, I'm effectively literally just sitting on the bed. We do have a walk-through bathroom. This is a very space-effective design where it gives you a big bathroom without adding any more length to the RV because this thing's already huge, dude. But it's a kind of bathroom where in a bunkhouse, you figure you may have a lot of people in this RV. And it does cut the camper off while somebody is occupying this space. So there's second entry doors to get you into and around, this, but that's not going to work for everybody. And I just want to be real about it. Now, the RV is 6.5 foot tall, which means, standing, walking around in it, I got great headroom, but actually jumping into the shower, well, I wouldn't jump into it because I would probably cold cock and knock myself out. So the thing is, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in here. It's going to work pretty good for me. And that is a big rectangular shower right there. It's not like a glass enclosed shower door. It is just a conventional shower curtain. But for a common bunk model, some people might be just fine with that. The space around the toilet's absolutely fantastic. You might have a little bit of a funny bone bonker on the corner over there if you're a lefty. But if you're a righty, it's going to be all righty. Sliding privacy door from the bathroom into the bedroom. Now, as long as we're looking over at this side of the camper, I do want to mention you have a second direct entry door right here. Now that's going to provide multiple benefits to the RV, whether it's quicker, easier road mode access, which I'll close the slide up in a minute here, or if again somebody is in the bathroom and you need to get into or out of your bedroom, it's not awesome, but you could actually work your way around here. And I do want to mention, if you look at the very bottom pocket down there, you can actually see a heat vent in here. I have double checked. It does look like every room has its own heating and cooling. And I want to point that out because I've been doing this a long time and I have legit seen RVs where manufacturers forgot to include a heating or air conditioning vent in a like bunk room or bathroom or something like that. So this doesn't seem to have had that deficiency, but this ain't Cherokee's first time making a bunkhouse. Now this is interesting. I think it's a 180 watt mini inverter is 150 watt mini inverter. That's basically going to be like just enough to run some like standing fans, maybe some CPAP machines, but it also does have conventional household outlets as well as USB A and C plugs. Now beyond that, the bedroom, like the rest of the RV, has good and bad qualities, or maybe not bad, things that you might consider, you know, whatever you want to call it. I love the fact that they enclosed the storage over the bed. Most stick and tin RVs have adopted the policy of just an open shelf. Cherokee at least gave you doors. Now, they're not strutted, but they at least gave you doors. So they also didn't do that thing where they put an empty dead pocket in the middle of it. They gave you full access to the entire thing. So it's super, super functional. Is there, in theory, could it be a little bit more functional? Yeah, but it's also not terrible. Now, I don't have the best angle to give you a huge view of this, but this is a really uncommon bed size right here. And it also lacks struts to easy lift the bed, but thankfully it's also not real hard to use the bed decking to wedge that up. Back to the bed sizing. This, I have no idea what they call it on their website. This is what I would call a short Olympic queen. And you're like, what? This is 66 inches wide by 74, 75 inches long. So if you wanted to swap in a conventional camper short queen from like rvmattress.com or something like that, you could do that. It wouldn't be very hard. You could probably put in a residential Olympic queen, which is 66 wide by 88 long. That would probably be within the realm of possibility. But direct mattress replacements for that are going to be tricky. Now, I'm also doing something tricky. I don't know why I feel like moonwalking so much in this footage today, but I already had the slide closed for road mode, and I kind of thought it might actually be a good demonstration to go all the way from the front of the RV to the back of it with the slide closed without ever cutting the camera footage. Now, I'm sure you did, because like I don't use noise canceling mics if I can help it. You probably heard my pants and my shoes and stuff squeaking their way through here. It's tight. Like I was slipping my body sideways while trying to keep the camera pointed forward. But the fact is, with the slide totally retracted, I was still able to get from the bedroom to the kitchen to the bathroom to the bunk room. You can fully access this RV with the slide closed. And again, because it is that Norco exact slide system, in theory, you should even be able to occupy this slide while it's retracted. So shockingly enough, despite the monster size of this RV, it has about flawless road mode, which is a rare quality. And if you appreciate how we take the time to point that stuff out, hit that subscribe button or just leave me a little note that says, thanks, nerd. Now, circling back to something I mentioned when the video first began, I said the 29 model number should not be taken as an indicator of this RV's length. If you notice the weights and measures on the left side of the screen there, this thing's 37 foot and change. It is long and strong and down to get the camping on. Nice little whip crack right there. But the thing is, as a result of that, the length alone kind of, for my personal comfort levels, I feel maybe disqualifies it from half-ton towing. Now, if you have a very capable half-ton and you're seasonal camping locally and you just have to get it taken toward the site, maybe. And that's like, I don't even feel super comfortable with that, but that's a maybe. If you are wanting to do any conventional towing with this though, because of the total physical length and the fact that a long trailer can push around a smaller vehicle more easily, I do generally probably recommend a 3/4 ton for almost all of the towing potential here. Now, right here at ground level, this is one of the few times in this building I'll be able to stand back and give you a look at it. Look up at the roof line. You can see how this one is built out with their 50 amp package and the second air conditioner. So if you are in screaming hot sun country, you know you're going to have that capability there. Now it's interesting to me. Both air conditioners are located kind of in the middle of the RV, but in a way that makes sense. That's where your largest cavity of the RV is located, your living area. And then it is centralized to push that air to your dual sleeping spaces in the front and back of the RV. So in a way, that kind of makes sense to me. Now, the thing is, this is a normal Grey Wolf awning, but this is an unusually long Grey Wolf. So it feels like a small awning because they kind of standardize some parts right here within this facility. So as a result, it didn't have the opportunity to have, like, say, I don't know, a 23 foot awning or something like maybe somebody might prefer. And if you appreciate how I point things out that are both good and bad, you know, do me a favor, click the little like button on the video or something. Outdoor entertainment station here. I'm not a super fan of outside speakers, but I respect how Cherokee's done this for years. They don't mount the speakers up against the roof line where you're going to blow away the neighbors with your Freedom Rock, brother. They put them down where you can actually hear them. Now, just in front of the tires, you have your gas grill quick connect, and just behind that, we have our little mini camp kitchenette. So what we have here is a dual function, either grill or griddle. Notice that I've got the removable griddle top sitting over there on those stable steps. And if you don't care for either of those things, wait a minute, does this pull out a little bit further? Did I miss that? Oh! Hello, I missed that initially. I just spotted that handle. Okay, so you can make sure you're keeping the heat and the splatter away from the RV, and you can probably still reach around the grill to get to the dad's medicine cabinet back here for the bottled water and the barley pop. Also, you have an ice maker, and basically as long as you got 110 and you got water, which you literally have a hot, cold outside water source right here, folks, you pretty much got ice. Those things, they keep up surprisingly well. It doesn't have a true sink, and that's why I call it kind of a kitchenette, you know. Backing up here, this is where we start running into the Bunk cargo door. Now, anytime there's like a door directly into a kid's sleeping room like this, sometimes the protective parental alarms go off. And by the way, that's not a criticism. Like, I have probably protected and sheltered my daughter to the point that it's become detrimental to her, and I need to start letting her experience more scary things. But, you know, nobody wants the gas station murder hobo to get you. Now, at the time that I'm recording this, it's actually December, and you think to yourself, well, when the weather gets cold, that's when the gas station murder hobos retreat to their subterranean lairs and stay warm, correct? And you would be correct, but that's when the more seasonal holiday murder hobo starts to make an appearance. So the fact that that cargo door can deadbolt, just like the main entry door right next to it, is kind of a nice thing. The roof is fully walkable. There's 200 watts of solar up there, by the way, and the wiring and charge controller they're using, if you wanted to grow and expand that, you could probably go to 400, 450 watts before you needed to start rewiring and getting stuff cute. We are ladder prepped over on the right side. We also have a factory standard like backup parking camera built in right up top there. That will basically just link right up to your phone, so you don't need to have an extra device mounted into your dashboard or anything like that. You just kind of click it on whenever you're ready to back into your site. The cargo rack on the back, by the way, is 200-pound rated, but that is before the spare tire is applied. Now, oh wow, this looks weird to me, because normally in this back corner, this is where I expect to see sewer outlets. But now that I think about it, the bathroom and the kitchen and everything are up here, and we have ourselves a single-headed sewer monster, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a bad thing. And it's next to, but not buried under, that Norco exact slide system. So you should still be able to pretty easily access that. That's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. You may have also noticed a full hot cold outside utility shower over there, and that does have a black tank flush as well. Now, one other quick little note on these. If you prefer more of that sleek, smexy fiberglass look, this doesn't have to just be a tin skin camper. They have their black label package available on this, like all your full gray wolves, and it's more than just fiberglass. It's windows, it's countertops, it's a bunch of things that go into that whole bundle right there. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to our attention that senior field reporter Josh the RV Nerd has identified a potential point of concern on this RV you deserve to know about. Out in the field, Josh, what can you tell us? That's right, Josh. I am out here in the field today. Our sources have located a potential point of concern. It seems there is a potential conflict with the door hitting the handy little tray on the outside kitchenette over here. There are a couple ways around this. This extra little leaf is removable, but this could be a perfect opportunity to get about 1.5 feet of pool noodle that you run alongside of that so you don't end up smashing the door, because it'll take the kids one time jacked up on marshmallows and Mountain Dew to ruin the day. Back to you, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't get rid of the smell. Every time I gotta go.
Thanks, Josh. Hard-hitting info as always. As usual, Bish's RV News Network. All RVs, all the time.
Okay, seriously, double that prescription.
So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. As I tend to do, I'll leave you some links in the video description where you can double check pricing and availability. Wherever we have one of these in stock, we'll have actual pricing listed for you. There's no guesswork. If we are sold out, we usually at least have some kind of MSRP barometer for you. And remember, you can get this in the Smexy Pants Shiny Shoes Black Label Edition if you prefer a little bit more of that easy cleaning fiberglass, because this is a lot of metal to have to hand scrub down. Nailed it. First try. There we go. That's a good way for the kids to get their afternoon exercise and then sleep really well, by the way. Pro tip. Here's another pro tip. Let's say you're interested in fighting those fitted sheets up there, you know. What you do is you throw 93 cents and change in the grass. And you tell the kids they can't come inside until they find $1. Then you deadbolt the door behind you. That's a tip from my buddy Joshua Sheehan from RV Gear and Far, by the way. Brilliant. So until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.